Okay, so I'm trying to take weekends off on doing this because I like to enjoy my life. And there was a bunch of things that happened this week, especially with the whole firing of the BLS chief. But I think what the most important thing is that's been happening lately is Republicans are trying to redraw districts. Gerrymandering is a fact of life for us here in the States. I get it. It's been around since the beginning of our country. But now they're trying to change the rules in the middle of the decade, and usually they redraw these every decade after the census. And Indiana's not escaping this. Todd Young has admitted, or Senator Todd Young has admitted that we're one of the states that's looking into this. And I just think it's funny that the party that says they want it based on merit, they're merit based, and they're changing the districts so that they can win. That's not merit based. That's I'm scared because I'm going to lose. I know I'm going to lose, so I'm going to change things up. And it's offensive to me as a voter because now they're not even going to work to try to earn my vote, and they don't have to when they gerrymander these districts the way they are. They're also trying to gut the Federal Voting Rights Act from the '60s. That's going to court again. So it's and Mike Braun will probably be all for it because I'll put a picture up. He was happy to sign an objection to the Electoral College in 2020 when the Republicans lost. And this is also the same guy in Indiana, our governor, who was a senator at the time, who said that the court should never have gotten involved in interracial marriage. He was asked about Loving versus Virginia, and he said, no, the court should not have got involved. Because of Loving versus Virginia, I'm from Virginia. I grew up there. My parents were able to get married. My mother is a Hispanic immigrant. My dad's a Caucasian American, Italian, but Caucasian. So technically, my parents would not have been able to get married in Virginia or any state that outlawed interracial marriage until after Loving versus Virginia. And Governor Mike Braun was against it. So I'm 100% sure he'll support whatever Trump is going to do, pushing these states to redraw their congressional districts. And that's what losers do. They're losers because if you're going to win and you know you're going to win, you don't need to change the rules. They're only changing the rules because the polls have shown that they're losing people to vote for them in 2026. So they've decided that, hey, let's change the rules. The voters are dumb enough to accept this, and they count on you to not accept it. And I'll put the stuff up I said about Mike Braun. And I love George Carlin. I like quoting him. But remember, it's a big club, and we are not in the big club. We don't matter. We don't matter to these people. If we matter, they'd be trying to earn our vote. They're not. They're going to take our vote. They're going to drown out anybody who opposes them, dilute their votes. So we are going to start having repercussions in this country that are unfortunately not good for us. So when I say use your voice, I mean use it. Let it be known. And even if you are a Republican, don't support some of these policies. They're going to hurt you in the long run. Because as soon as you don't agree with them, you're a person non grata. You are not wanted. So you don't even get to have free thought in the Republican Party anymore. So challenge yourself, all of us, to vote what's best for the country and not what's best for your party. This isn't a team sport. I've said this before in the past. I grew up playing sports. I got to play sports at a pretty high level. Luckily, I enjoyed it. Even when I played rugby and football, you hated the other team, but after the game, you guys were cool. You would chill. You go hang out and you'd be friends, and you go do things together. In wrestling, when you beat somebody, when I pinned somebody, it ended. It was over. We weren't enemies anymore. At least I wasn't thinking I was an enemy with them anymore. But the way the Republicans are doing this is that if you are not with them, you are the enemy no matter what. You are their enemy, and you are to be defeated. You are to be beaten down into the ground, and you are to be annihilated. We have to remember, these are our countrymen and women. These are people who live here in this country. These are our friends, our neighbors. And they're gonna, like I said, with Republicans. If you turn against them in any way, you don't vote with them, you are dead to them. So I'm just get out there and vote, people. Vote like for the country, not for your party. It should never be party. It should be country. It's disheartening that it's getting to this point. This is not how I grew up, the America I grew up in, but it is what it is at this moment. We have to mobilize. You have to vote next election. Challenge yourself, please. Will this vote benefit my party or my country? And just remember that. And remember, you have a voice, use it, please.